There we go. All right, good. Good. Why are we? Oh no. There we go. Okay. Good. Hello, and welcome to a very special episode called Tier List of Controversial Issues. Or I said controversial. It can be controversial. It probably will be. Who knows? This will be spicy. I'm going to do 3 tier lists. You may see me switching from place to place or site to site, but I'm going to do, well, first of all, I'm going to do 1. Ignore this. This is just here for the weapon names. So let me quickly take a picture of them, actually. Let me take a picture because I don't remember them real quick. Because that way I can get the picture done. Okay, I got the picture. Good. Don't need this side anymore. Good. Ignore that. Anyway. Oh, here we go. This is Resident Evil 4's remake weapon tier list, in my opinion. You don't like it? Well, you are entitled to your own opinion. Let's get the easy one over with. This one, Bolt Thrower. Don't touch. It's ass. I'm being funny on purpose, but I'm being accurate as well. It's a don't touch weapon. Don't even think about touching it. It's not a weapon you want. There's only one thing it's good for, and it's like halfway almost at the 2/3 mark of the game. 16 chapters is good until like chapter 9. I think at chapter 9 is when you actually can use it the one time and be good. Because it has the ability to have unlimited ammo because arrows, but who wants to use arrows when they don't do a lot of damage? Uh meme tier? This is in the meme part of the tier, the infinite rocket launcher. It's an infinite rocket launcher. It does the same thing. These technically are good weapons. They're memes. You don't really want to use them. The knife sucks. Knife sucks. You have three good knives, decent amount of pistols, shotguns, 4, including the DLC one, and then the 3 SMGs, the 3 rifles, 3 magnums, and then the grenades, and then the bonus crossbow from Ada's thing. Now the reason Ada's shotgun is not in here because it's the same thing. If you basically shortened the stock of the normal shotgun and then took the handle of the riot gun, put it on the pump action, and shortened the barrel to make a shorter version. That's basically what it is. It's their standard shotgun, and it's the only one you get, which means I'm not doing it. These two are funny, but they're only funny once you unlock the ability to do it or purchase it. This is only available in New Game Plus, but it costs a hell of a lot of money depending on difficulty. Which means on New Game Plus, you can get it, but you need like 2 million 2 million credits currency to get it if you're on professional, 1.5 if you're on hard, and something like that. Some stupidly high amount of money over 1 million, depending on difficulty, or under it if you have assisted, but I don't remember. I literally don't remember, and I don't care to remember, so whatever. Uh, that's the kitchen knife. Sucks. And then the boot knife, better, but still sucks. It's a knife. You're not going to do a lot of damage. The knives are literally only there as a self-defense. That's why they're in the don't touch. Don't use them for only gameplay. And you can't either, because you can, oh, well, you can. You can use knives and handguns for that only achievement. Or for that only achievement where you only use them. So, alright. This, yeah. This weapon, trash. The close quarters battle rifle, the CQBR, sucks. It's a rifle. It's supposed to be good, but because it uses rifle ammo and you get it in chapter. For me, I got it in chapter 12, right before we went to the island on chapter 13. Because I had to go back into that mausoleum to fight Reginald, the golden giant, the golden knight from hell himself, and defeat him to get his glory greatest ability to remember that, hey, in the library I forgot a weapon up there because I forgot the cube existed. Because yes, that's what happened. I struggled on this fight for 2 hours and decided, oh, there is something I missed. Oops. And then I went back to go and get it. So that's it. It sucks. It's not supposed to be a great weapon. Anyway, it looked cool, but it's not. It's trash. That's why it's at the bottom. It's trash. It's trash. Uh, Normal grenade, mid. It's mid. It's a great throwable, but if since that's the only use for it, throwable, meaning it's a grenade, you're not going to do much effort with it. So, now here's the problem. This striker is a stubby shotgun with terrible reload speed. It's going in trash. People say this is the best. No, I hate it. I hate it. For one thing, I don't like it. I just don't like it. Does it deserve the hate that it gets from average? I also did these backwards. There you go. It's better. Forgot I needed to fix it, so I forgot I needed to fix it, so that's my bad. I'll fix it now. There you go. Fixed. There I had Okay. Anyway, now you have the striker sucks. It's a very close range shotgun that will do a lot of damage, but its spread is way too far. Way too far. It I don't like it. And it has a stock that's folded away on the top. That's what this little rail piece thing is for. Why include the stock if you're not going to unfold it and use it? Great questions these are. Because great questions. Uh um the Matilda, you get it so late in the game, it's an average weapon. You get it very late in the game, and you get the stock from it early, but you don't get the actual gun itself. You get the stock from earning those little jewel things from the merchant and buying them, but literally, no. It's not worth it at that point. With the stock, it makes it more stable, but it makes it to where you have burst fire, where you waste 3 bullets in one shot instead of one at a time, which at that point I didn't like that. It's interesting and it's nostalgic because that's the first weapon in Resident Evil 2, which I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. No, in Resident Evil 4, they kind of nerfed it a little bit. I'm thinking they nerfed it. It could just be something else, which could be why he starts out with this gun, the SG-009. It's a good pistol. It's a good pistol. There is a much better pistol though, but we'll get to that in a minute. It's basically the average pistol. It's your starting pistol. It's cheap to upgrade, and it's got decent enough stats to make it through the whole game if you absolutely had to. Now, I am gonna put the TMP first on the bottom of trash tier, but above the striker just to piss people off more because I really hate that stupid thing. I hate it. I just ugh. It that striker to me is a hernia knocking on your front door like, "Hey, can you let me in?" Like, "No, I don't want to let you in." "But I have the things you need." "No, you don't." "Let me in, please." "No. No. I hate this thing. I hate it more than the TMP, and the TMP sucks balls. Okay? The TMP is the worst SMG in the game. It is. It's very cheap. You get it early on in like chapter, oh god, what chapter was it? I think it's before chapter 5 is when you get it, but after chapter 3, I think, but I don't remember. It either you get it early before you fight that giant fish monster, or you get it after you discover the Plagas at night turn into those spiky tentacle boys at night, and you can defeat them with a flashbang. Which, speaking of the flashbang, I'll come back to this guy. The flashbang, average or mid, top of mid tier, top of mid. It's only good if certain enemies have the thing to where if you kill them, they shake about, and if they shake about for too long, then they come out and spike you instead of just doing their normal "oh, my head's broken" thing that they do all the time. So there is that. Uh, it's a great weapon, and it's a throwable, so it doesn't take much to make it. It's free. Well, I say free. It's a good weapon, but because it's a throwable, there's not much else you can do with it. It's great, but because it's a throwable, I'm putting it in mid because the throwables make sense to go in mid. They have one job, and that's it. They work great for their one job, but you can't use it to, I don't know, spark a fire or something. You can't. It's not a multi-purpose weapon. It could be, but it's not. Now, the heavy grenade is an average weapon. It's an average throwable. But you do get it so late in the game that I will bump it to top of mid tier instead. It's a better version of the grenade, but because it's a better version of a grenade, all it does is more damage or more explosive range or something like that. I don't remember, but it's something along those lines. And in my opinion, it doesn't really do much else. It's better, like much better for those tougher enemies, like the ones with the shields in the castle, which those suck. Or the ones with the body armor on the island when you get there in chapter 13. So there is that. Uh, I still haven't touched the knives. There's good reason for it. Uh, the Punisher. I think that's the Blacktail. Yeah, Blacktail, the Punisher. It honestly, it's an average weapon, but below the average Matilda. The only thing it has on its side is the penetration power of like a rifle or the SMG. These two rifles in particular, or these two weapons in particular, have the penetration bonus. Other than magnums, but I'm not doing them yet. They have the bonus of being able to hit their target normally and then go through the target and hit something behind it. It penetrates through the body completely, no matter what you do. So if there's two enemies standing basically one behind the other evenly, you can hit both of them with this weapon. That's the benefit. Problem? Less than average damage. It can have the laser sight though, but I don't really want to use that if it does less damage. Granted, I think it is cheaper to upgrade, but it might not be, but I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember because I don't have the prices on the top of my head. I have the picture of the thing that I said to remember all the weapon names, but that's all I got today. We have what do we have? We have the boot knife, the kitchen knife, the bolt thrower, the striker. Yeah, the TMP, the close quarters battle rifle, the assault rifle, the rocket and infinite variant, the grenade, the normal grenade, Mark II and 1, and then the I literally just said it, flashbang. You have the Punisher here, which is the yeah, which is the penetration boy with less damage. The Matilda, which is and then you have the SG09R because the R stands for refresh. Sure. I can't fucking speak today. Whatever. Blacktail. It's a great weapon, but it's not the best pistol. Like, I don't like it personally because I never use it. I never use it. But when I did use it, I was like, oh wow, I have more inventory space because that's what I care about more. But if I want a weapon specifically, this is not the one I pick. It's a great weapon because it does save you inventory space, unlike certain other weapons in this game that don't. I'm looking right at your fucking face, Striker. Sorry. Sorry, I had to get it out of me. The Striker, it's smaller than these two because these two are the same size, but it's not the smallest one you have. But anyway, I don't really like it. It, I, I think what it sacrificed, it doesn't have the ability to fit the laser sight because it's too small. It's good, but at the same time, it isn't really that great. Accuracy on all these things are decent, except for him and the bolt action, or the bolt action, the bolt thrower, and then Striker, they suck. This one, SMG, it's gonna miss. This one, rifle, uses rifle bullets. Complete waste of time. It's free, so you can sell it. That's why I put it in trash. That's why it at least makes it viable. You can sell it if you have to, but don't use it. Don't use it. At that point in the game, at that late in the game, you can use the rifle that you have and be fine. Just don't use the TMP. God's sake, don't use it. You can, but it's not recommended. You don't need an SMG. I went through the whole game multiple times. I have 35 hours on record in which I beat the whole game of Resident Evil 4 on hard difficulty. But then about 32-ish so hours, 32, and then down to 2 or down to 4 in a bit. Or no, not 2 in a bit, not 4 in a bit. 2 hours and 42 minutes on professional after I went through and cleaned some stuff up on hard, and another run on assisted to try and get some spare achievements that I missed, because yes, I'm one of those people. Anyway, great weapon, just not that great. Not the best pistol. The best pistol is between these two. You two can fight in the comments because you're both going in the same tier. Red 9. Let's get the controversial guy out of the way. Red 9, excellent. And then the what was the other one? I forget what it was. It was the DLC weapon. It's the DLC pistol. I forget what it was called though. I forget what it was. Excuse me. I forget what it was called. I forget what it was called. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot what it was. I literally forgot what it was. I forgot what it was. So. The Sentinel 9. That's what it was called. Thank you. The Sentinel 9 and the Skull Shaker, which is a sick ass name for a shotgun, by the way. And only a 5 slot. It's basically a somewhat better version of the first shotgun in the game. The first one, tier 1. But they do cost money to try. I don't mind spending the money. That's why I don't rank them on, oh, how much money does it cost in real life in order to access these weapons, and then base the tier off of that. Because if that was the case, they go in trash. Because I don't want to waste my money. No, you don't do it on that. You spend the money like a real man or female, and you play the game using those weapons to see how they do. You don't be unfair and be like, oh, you have to spend money. Who cares? Who cares? Certain games, yes, don't do it. This game, do it. Don't care. So, Sentinel 9, Red 9. Wow, the Sentinel and Red 9. Wow, who knew they have 9 in the name? Anyway, this one, the Red 9, you get for free in Chapter 4 after you get the boat unlocked. And it's free. It's a great damaging pistol, but without the stock, its recoil is atrocious. It's atrociously bad. I hate it personally. But if you get the stock, it's the most precise pistol in the game. It is. At like a precision of like 4.8 or something like that. Whereas the rest are like 4.5 or 4 or something like that. Something along those lines. It's still good for damage, but you have to get the stock. It's a requirement. If the stock wasn't available, it would be a great weapon above the Blacktail. And then the Sentinel 9 would be above. But they're both going in the same spot. These two you can swap around, but these two both are an excellent tier. Sentinel 9, it's a better version of the starting pistol, but at the same price, which means you can upgrade it cheaply and quickly too. Which means if you upgrade it quick enough, you get the best starting pistol in the game. That's better than this. That's better than the Red 9. Ammo capacity wise, reload speed wise, and then the stability and accuracy wise. Okay, maybe not the accuracy part, because that's a 4 versus a 4.8. But you get what I mean. These two are roughly equal, but one is better than the other if you don't have certain parts for this one, which, let's be frank, you don't at that particular time. Sorry, I sound sick for some reason. I don't know why. Now, the M830 or the M370 or whatever the hell it was. The M3870, that's what it is. The W870. It's a good shotgun. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's better than the Striker, no matter what. It's better than the Striker. More accurate, maybe less damage, but and ammo capacity, and it's worse at everything except for accuracy, because it allows you to get much further away from the target to still hit them, because their spread is tighter than your mom's ass. Especially this one's ass. Sorry, I had to do the funny moment. I had to do the funny haha, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't finish my statement without coughing. Anyway, these three knives, I don't know. I'll save them for last. But this shotgun is it's a good weapon. It's a good one. It's on the same rating as this, which is fine. Now here comes something interesting. This is the best shotgun until you get the DLC, but it's still a good shotgun. I would put it up there with God. You know what? It's going in God's Mercy tier. It's going in God's Mercy. It is a significantly better version than the W870. It has more ammo capacity, more damage, more reload speed, meaning quicker, and much better precision at like 3.5. Which isn't much, but for a shotgun, that's fucking amazing. And it looks cool, which shouldn't take a factor, but sometimes it does. Maybe we just do a singular tier list. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just do a singular tier list. That changed my mind. Yeah, about 22 minutes in, I'm like, oh yeah, I changed my mind. Yeah, no, that's not professional at all. But it's personal, which makes it better. Anyway, it's going to God's Mercy tier. This is going in Great tier. The Skull Shaker. It's a significantly smaller version of the starting shotgun with about 2-round capacity, but because of its capacity, it has great reload speed and a cool ass animation because of its lever action design, which is cool. It takes up 5 slots in your suitcase versus 16, which is amazing. Its damage is about the same, but because of it, if you're really struggling with storage space and you really want to keep a shotgun without having to spend a lot of money on the riot gun or the horrible striker, you can use that one. You can use that one in replacement. It's fine. Both of those two shotguns are great. Crossbolt, but because it's the explosive crossbolt. That's the thing. It's like a harpoon kind of crossbow. It's an explosive harpoon crossbow. It's a great weapon, but way too goddamn big. So that's why it's going in good. It does amazing damage. Amazing damage. Like 13 damage, which is almost as much as a stock sort of broken butterfly, I think, from explosions. It's a significantly better version than this. But, and I do mean but, it's a pain in the ass to reload because it's a one shot. You shoot once and then you take 1,500 years to re-put a harpoon bolt thing in the thing, then prime it back, and then you're able to shoot it again. So it's a very painful experience to reload. Even if you upgrade it, it's still painful a little bit. Damage, great. Range, usually okay. It's got good range. Price is not great, but what do you expect? It's part of Ada's DLC weapons, which I'm surprised there still isn't the DLC shotgun in here, but I already went over that. So, Uh This tier list is looking good. People can disagree with me. I don't care. I'm looking forward to the disagreements. Bring it on, asshole! That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, the Stingray. Ooh, ooh. I got the Magnum, the two rifles, and the two SMGs, and the three knives. So let's get the first one out of the way. This knife is an average weapon. It's an average weapon of average durability. It has more durability than Krauser's knife, his special knife you get at like the end of like chapter. Oh, I think it's chapter 14. Because 15 is where you climb after that up to the mountaintop to try and fight Oswald Sadler or whatever the fuck his name was, I think. Osmando Sadler or whatever. So it's an average weapon, but by that time you should have it fully upgraded. It's a weapon that you can use in replace of the tiny knives, these two knives, which it's the only thing you can do is defense or do the silent things, which is great. That's really its other purpose. It makes it an average weapon. Now this is a great weapon. It's a great one. This is a good weapon for damage and speed. Good weapon for durability. Good weapon for speed. This is the infinite knife. This is the infinite knife. That one is the infinite knife. Yeah. You have the combat knife, the primal knife, and the fighting knife. Combat knife, fighting knife, primal knife, the infinite knife. That you get if you do, I think it was S rank or not S rank. Oh, I don't remember now. I don't remember. I think you just get it for beating professional. And then if you beat professional on A, then you get the Tommy gun. Or sorry, the Chicago typewriter. At that point, I'm surprised they didn't call it the Indiana printing press. I don't know. I'm surprised. Uh, anyway, decent enough knives. These are mid because they only have one job. These are just ignore these heavily, especially that fucking striker at the bottom. Especially him. I might just do a double tier list and do him because he is very quick. Or I'll just finish him, but I don't know. Hell, might as well just be done with this tier list. We'll do this tier list and be done. I changed my mind. I already announced it, so okay. We'll summarize this at the very end. Again, so we have the hand cannon, which is just a pain in the ass. Oh, to unlock anyway. You have the Killer 7, the Broken Butterfly, the Stingray, the Bolt Action, the Chicago Printing Press, or Typewriter, and then the LE5. So, let's just do the LE5. It's a great SMG. I would have said it's an excellent SMG, but it's a great SMG. It's a hell of a lot better than the TMP. This is the best SMG. That one, the Chicago. It goes in God's mercy. I explained my tiers very well. Thank you very much. Now, this one you get at the very. I think you get it in chapter 13. You can get it near the end of chapter 13 as you're running through trying to unlock Ashley's prison thing by getting the key card up to level 3 or something like that. You get it by getting it into the freezer and doing that little power, select the power in the right spot minigame or whatever to unlock the door to get it for free. It's a good SMG. It has penetration, which is better, especially since you get the bioscope, which does make the rifles and that particular SMG better because only the three rifles and that SMG can have that bioscope, which makes any weapon at that point OP, or any rifle except that stupid battle rifle OP, because at that point you can just hit their enemy in the weak spot, especially since at that point you're fighting the regenerators, which is those regenerative pale assholes, which if you hit and take off a limb, they will regenerate like that, better than having your mom's chili and you have to go to the bathroom after that. That didn't make any sense, but fuck you. Anyway, it's a great SMG. It's not going in excellent because there are some problems with it. You get it way too late in the game, which means you're stuck with this piece of shit if you have kept it for so long. You don't need it, is my motto. Why pay money for a crappy SMG when you can wait till you're 3/4 of the way through the game and get a better SMG for free? And it's a better SMG. Now you see my point. Now, God's Mercy tier. Best. Just best. I'll go back and do a tier list later for the other ones, but this is my tier list. We'll summarize it, and everything is correct. Suck it so far. Now, the Tommy gun. You have to get A rank on professional difficulty to unlock this and the special little 1930s pinstripe suit costume thing. And this thing takes up a hell of a lot of space. I will say that. It does take up a good chunk of your suitcase, especially at the very beginning of the game. It does. But if you fully upgrade it, if you upgrade it enough and you get the ticket, it will automatically upgrade the rest. And then on top of that, you get infinite ammo with the drum mag. The circular magazine, not the, yeah. Or the circular clip, or the drum mag. It's a drum mag, alright? I don't care what Penguin Zero says about the difference between a clip and a mag. It's called a drum magazine when people reference it. Whether that's right or wrong, I've said it multiple times now. I care, but I don't, but I do. It's a bit of a difference, you see. It's called I don't really care that much. Anyway, horrible. It's got great damage, but only once you upgrade it past level 3. Because its starting damage is like 0.4, whereas this one's damage is like 0.5, and then this one's like 0.8 or something like that. Once you get past level 3, its damage will surpass this one and this one. Once you're past level 3, you don't have to worry about damage anymore. Greatest ammo clip ever, or biggest, not greatest, biggest at about 70 rounds. And then reload speed, reload speed is it's fine. Now, you have the there's a reason why I left these for last, because these are probably the most controversial weapons here. The 2 rifles remaining, the 2 sniper rifles, and then the 3 magnums. Everyone's got their own opinion. This is mine. Now, Stingray, it's an excellent rifle, but it's not the best rifle. I will explain in 2 short sentences, or 2 short words. Suitcase storage capacity. This you get at the very start of Chapter 2, or once you get to the merchant in Chapter 2, which doesn't take you very long. It doesn't. This you get in like Chapter... Oh god, what chapter? I think you get this one in Chapter... It's the first chapter when you get to the castle, I think. Which I think it might be 8. It's either 7 or it's 8, but I don't remember. Or it might be 6, but I don't remember. It's when you first unlock the, it's shortly after you unlock the riot gun for availability to purchase. It's after that one. There we go. I think it's Chapter 7 when you get it, because Chapter 8 is Leon going all the way around the castle wall to get back to Ashley, and then Chapter 9 is you going through the hedge maze and getting to the door to unlock the library back into the mausoleum of fucking stupidness. And Reginald. I hate Reginald. Anyway, back off of my rant. The Stingray is a faster version of the bolt action, but it takes up twice as much storage space, like 2 rows of storage space. Not as long, but 2 rows, which instead of 1 row, it's 2, so you can do the math on that one. Its damage isn't as high, Its rate of fire is better. Its clip is it's a better version of that at the sacrifice of storage space and damage. And then for some reason, their bonus quirk, which at the end of upgrading all your weapons, you get a special little mini bonus quirk if you spend more money to further upgrade it. You fully upgrade it, and then you unlock the ability to then purchase the bonus upgrade, which is like a quirk of, oh yeah, increased fire rate, increase the rate of critical rates, increase damage, stuff like that, basically, or infinite ammo, or stuff like that, like a bonus quirk. That one is double the rate of fire, which isn't the worst stat you could have picked, but it's not the best stat for something that does less damage than the bolt action rifle. Because that one does 5.3 times 2, which is 10.6 damage from rifle, plus the times 3 for the rifle bonus, especially in the weak spots. So there is that. Instead, it does, I think it was 4.9, which is then 9.8, which then equals 27 damage, which isn't really great. It's a good rifle, don't get me wrong, but it's still more expensive, does less damage, takes up twice as much storage space, and has a completely useless bonus factor, which, why would you have a double rate of fire when it's already a lot higher than what I would expect it to be? Now, if the bonus quirks switched around, these would stay in the same place, but I would still want to try and use them both equally just to try it. But no, the game says no. The better gun that's faster at everything except damage, you get to have it even faster versus the gun that's super piss poor slow, battle rifle or bolt action rifle. That one in particular has the wrong bonus quirk because it gets double damage, which I'm fine with, more damage, but at the same time it has very bad reload speed, really bad ammo capacity, it's not great, and really bad rate of fire. Now, if it switched them around, the bonus quirks between those two, I'd be all for it. It would have not as much damage, sure, but it would be able to be fired at the same speed this thing can do, and that would have double damage, which would be better since that already has better everything. But no, to each their own. Also, that one's more expensive because that's a more expensive gun, which means it's not really that viable as well. Hand cannon. It's a dumb gun. Like, I like it, but it's dumb. Very expensive. It's a great weapon. I would put it at God's Mercy tier. Or God's Mercy. It's literally in God's Mercy. But I'm going to put it in excellent. Above that stupid Stingray. It's a hand cannon. You get it for free if you beat the game with, I think, an S plus rank, I think, on hard or I don't remember. Or you unlock it the other way, which was to get S rank or S plus rank or whatever on the mercenary stages, which you can now get for free because it's a free DLC now. So that's how I unlocked it, and it's great. But at the same time, it's a Magnum. It has amazing stopping power. Ammo capacity, reload speed, and rate of fire are something you leave desired. Or something you really, really desire, because they're not great. And because it's a Magnum, it's goddamn expensive, you fucking whore. It's just expensive. It's expensive. All these guns at one point are going to be more expensive than the amount of money you can earn, or I say earn, find in the game. The pesetas, or whatever they're going to call it. So, it's in the middle of excellent tier. The Killer 7, it's basically a better version of the Broken Butterfly, but a lot more expensive. It's double the price to buy because it's like 77,700 coins or something like that, which I find completely absurd and funny at the same time. I'm like, oh, Killer 7, it costs 777. Funny. Or 77,700. Funny. But way too expensive. Way too expensive. Way too expensive. And you may be wondering, hey, is this your video for the week? Is this all you're gonna do? No, this is not going to be all I do. There's gonna be another video out later, and it's gonna be me finishing up Barn Finders because I just want that video done. And it's just gonna be me going to the theme park, finding all the items, getting the things, and being done. Once that's done, I'll go back and do the other two tier lists, Far Cry 6, which I have to reset up now, and then the Resident Evil Village Weapon tier list, which I'll have to go back and set up now, but you'll go ahead and do those after that, because they're quick and easy. They're quick and easy, and it's opinion-based, which may start war crimes. Literally, it may be a war crime ranking some of these weapons in particular, because, Striker! Anyway, these two, I don't really know. This one's cool aesthetically, but it's still a crappy Magnum, but it is cheap. So it's like in between great and excellent. It's like halfway right there. It's like halfway. I can't do a halfway, but we'll put it in great for now. And then this one goes in excellent. This one has a laser sight for free, which is good. Because who would have thought putting a giant ass laser sight on top of this pistol here, or some mix between these two pistols, wouldn't have been a bad idea. But no, they didn't do that for some of the other ones, because why couldn't you mount a why couldn't you do this to the Black Hawk or the Blacktail, sorry. Why couldn't you do that? Because it's a Magnum? Or because it's too tiny? Now, the too tiny thing, I understand. Completely understand. But yeah, that's my tier list. It's not very accurate, but it's good enough. You have the riot gun, the Tommy gun, and the bolt action rifle in God's Mercy, aka top of the tier list. Very, very top. Then in excellent, you have tied. You have the Sentinel 9 and then the Red 9. Both of those you can probably intertwine and switch. I'm not one of those people that will rank paid DLC weapons, these two in particular, at the bottom because you have to pay to get them. That's not a fair shake. That's not fair. That's not fair. The hand cannon. Yeah, hand cannon. Yeah, I had to think about it. And then the Stingray and the Killer 7. That's what it was. Killer 7. In great tier, we have the Blacktail, Skullshaker, LE5, the Primal Knife, and then the Broken Butterfly. Good tier, we have the SG00 or 99R or 09R, the W870, the Crossbow from the Ada, the Separate Ways DLC, Krauser's Fighting Knife. Average, we have the Matilda, the Punisher, and Leon's Starting Knife, the Combat Knife. In mid tier, we have the Throwables, which are the Heavy Grenade, Grenade, and Flashbang. In the trash/meme tier, the meme part is the rocket launchers because they're a meme tier weapon. This one's a one-shot wonder because you only get one and then it instantly exits out of your suitcase. This you get to keep around infinitely. And you get it at the end of the game because you only see this particular one at the end, but they're both the same weapon. One's infinite, one's not. The where it belongs, these are the weapons that belong in the trash tier. The close quarters battle rifle, assault rifle, which is a mouthful of a name. The TMP, which belongs there, and the striker. I will take no questions on this one. And the don't touch weapons, weapons you don't really need, especially this one. The little bolt thrower, the crossbolt thrower, the little mini one, because that one sucks. And then the two knives, the two normal knives that you get, they're only for defense. Don't use them. So yeah, that's my tier list. Fight me. Fight me. I dare you. We will see each other again when I do my Resident Evil 4 tier list, or Resident Evil Village Weapon tier list. Thank you very much for watching. And that's really about it. I rambled on, and you saw extra things you weren't supposed to see, but who knows? Who cares? I don't care at this point. I'm done. I had to be quick because this one, yeah, this one was a bit special. But yeah, I have my reasons for these, and I have plenty of hours on my consoles to try and explain them. If you have questions, question me in the comments of my video or the description. Like if you have a question about it, I can update the description to say like why, in case I feel that much, in case I feel wanting to do that. But that's my tier list. Whether or not I had accurate reasons or not is just dependent on people who pay enough attention and watch my stuff, because I can tell people don't. It's a tier list that's controversial because some of these weapons say people don't really belong there. These two belong there. This one I put there because I hate this motherfucker. I hate this one. I hate it with a passion. I hate it. I was like, oh, why is that there? Oh, it sucks ass. Yeah, that's why. That's why. Summarizing. Uh, I feel like I had. I feel like I accurately explained it. If not, there's other people that did it. But you want to watch a tier list that's more detailed and accurate, go watch someone else. You want a simpler tier list based on someone else's opinion who you don't know, I'm your man. So, yeah, thank you very much, and that's about it. Goodbye.